Welcome to the Hot Ones Onslaught Challenge. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter builds. Today, we're going to see if the build I just posted on my YouTube channel can carry me through Wave 50 Legend Onslaught while consuming the Wings of Death. The way it works is that every 5 waves, we will consume a progressively hotter wing and answer a question asked by you on either my YouTube comments, Twitch chat, or Twitter replies. Wing number 1, we've got the Hot Ones Buffalo Hot Sauce coming in at a nice 1800 Scoville units. Mild mix of cayenne peppers, tangy vinegar, and real butter. And yeah, these are boneless wings. I don't want you to give me crap about it. Listen, I'm about to touch a mouse and keyboard, okay? We're not skimping on these. Not skipping on these. That was delicious. Is it bad that I'm feeling the heat like just a little bit already? First question comes from Aiden Gross. What's your favorite and least favorite raid? I would say my least favorite raid is probably either Eater of Worlds. Originally, I would have probably said Crota from Destiny 1, but it's tough to say that Crota's End is like my least favorite raid when it's got revamped, and in my opinion, it's probably one of the better raids that we've ever had in the franchise. As far as Destiny 1 is concerned, it is easily Wrath of the Machine. What might surprise a lot of people is that as far as Destiny 2 is concerned, my favorite raid is actually Spire of Stars. What? I know a lot of people hate Spire of Stars. I have always personally loved it because in my opinion, it was one of those raids where I can totally understand why you would hate it if you didn't have a dedicated team to do it with. But if you had a dedicated group of friends to do it with, like I did, it was one of the most enjoyable and satisfying raids to do in the entire game. Wing number 2, we've got Smokey J clocking in at 6,000 Scoville with cherrywood smoked jalapenos, agave, and a nice touch of cumin. So right out the gate, this sauce is 3 times hotter than the first sauce. We can get a little more on there. We don't skimp. I cannot live with the YouTube comments telling me I'm skimping. This could be a 2-biter. That is genuinely a delicious hot sauce. We're just getting a tiny sip of water. It's not because it's too hot. I'm a little thirsty, okay? Next question we have from McPherson. If you could be half man and half sausage, which half would you choose and why? See, okay, listen, everything that is legitimately important to my functionality as a human being is on the top half of my body. I mean, you got the brain, you got the eyes, you got the mouth, you got the ears. If I go sausage legs and I sear them up a little bit, then I think they have a bit more structural integrity. You know what I mean? They'll be a little bit more resilient to the elements. Oh, left half. Y'all are thinking outside the box, because it's like, sure, you've kind of gained the system a little bit. You got 1 sausage leg and 1 regular leg. That's great and all, I guess. But then, like, is having 1 regular leg really worth giving up, like, 1 of your human arms and half of your human face?
I have no idea.
For number 3, we have got Funky's Stellar Fuzz at 19,000 Scoville units. I got a big old dollop on there. This is an R2-biter. It's hot, but it's delicious. The heat is it's kind of on the backside. So number 3 from Nick. How is your life changing from classic 9-to-5 job to content creator? What sort of work do you need to do behind the scenes to be a successful streamer? To tell you the truth, I don't know exactly how my life is changing yet, because at the time of filming this video, I'm filming it on a Saturday, and yesterday, Friday, was my last day of working my 9-to-5. For those who don't know, I was a software developer for about 4 years. I will say I know right out of the gate, one of the main reasons I made the decision to depart my day job and go ahead and take a crack at full-time content creation is, 1, I wanted to be able to invest significantly more time into making Destiny content when new stuff comes out in Destiny. So right out of the gate, something that I'm hoping is going to be significantly different is that, especially coming with the final shape, I'll be able to get significantly more build videos out, significantly more guide videos out, and significantly more will it build videos out, and all significantly faster. Besides work-related matters, one of the main reasons I wanted to go ahead and take a crack at full-time content creation is so I had more time for, you know, kind of leisurely activities, take a crack at a little more golf, maybe go to a couple more football games. So I'd say the main reason is so I can, you know, kind of chill with my wife a little bit more often, spend more time with her. I enjoy hanging with her. doing literally whatever with her. And, you know, hopefully we have more time for, you know, random activities and fun stuff to do together. Yeah, sorry, what was the back half of the question? What sort of work do you need to do behind the scenes to be a successful streamer? I would say the #1 way to be a successful streamer is actually has very little to do with streaming at all. People who are interested in content creation have probably watched some stuff from Harris Heller a little bit. And in my opinion, his advice has always been right on the money. Make content on more discoverable platforms like TikTok and YouTube and things of that nature, and then let people know in that content that you also happen to live stream and you would love to have them come check you out. My formula, or my strategy, I suppose you could say, has always kind of been, I'm gonna make YouTube videos that people love to watch, that they have a good reason to watch, and I try to do that with my build videos. I say in the videos, hey, by the way, I live stream as well, twitch.tv/Mactics, would love to have you stop by. And sure, some people are never gonna stop by, some people are more interested in YouTube content, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I would say that's the #1 way, or the best chance you have of growing a stream up from nothing. That's kind of how the behind the scenes works. All right, #4. Oh God. #4, we got the Hot Ones Los Calientes Verde at 36,000 Scoville units. Okay. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. This one is off the charts runny, so here's what we're gonna do for this one. I got a little bit on the chicken. We're just gonna...
I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but I have an idea.
Why is he doing that?
Oh, yeah! We're gonna see how good of an idea that was in a few minutes. Question #4. If you could replay any campaign or raid again for the very first time, what would it be? They asked any campaign or raid. I'm gonna give you my campaign answer, and I'm gonna give you my raid answer. For the campaign answer, in 2016, I was a freshman in college, and that was when Rise of Iron released. Similarly, it was also the first year that myself and my girlfriend of 2 years at the time began going long distance with our relationship. Obviously, when you're long distance, you need ways to kind of hang out with each other when you can't actually hang out with each other. And so my girlfriend and I, there is snot coming out of my nose. Oh yeah. That'll do it. Oh, that's perfect. That's just great timing. Thanks a ton, Bungie. So the Rise of Iron campaign was a great way for my long distance girlfriend and I to kind of like have things to do together, or have a way to hang out with each other. Something about that was good for our relationship, I guess, because she's my wife now. We've been together for 10 or 11 years. I think reliving that with her, or maybe replaying Rise of Iron for the first time and being able to experience that for the first time, instead of being 2 years into our relationship long distance, instead being a married couple, now 11 years together. I think it'd be cool to see a different dynamic of how we would approach the campaign. As far as the answer goes for what raid would I want to replay, I don't know how many people know this about me, but when I first started content creation, one of the first things that definitely got me started was my performance in the Deepstone Crypt World's First Race. My team and I were participating in the Deepstone World's First Race, and to our surprise, we were doing exceptionally well. So well to the point that we were actually the very first team in the world to get to the boss's final stand, if I recall correctly. And ultimately, sadly, we didn't get the world's first, but we ended up in 6th place. Half of me just wants to relive that experience because it was one of the most adrenaline rush things I have ever done in my entire life. All 5 of those dudes that I ran with, their names are Walsh, Steven, Confused, Zero, and Shuri. Some of my best friends, even still to this day. 50% of the reason I want to rerun that is just to be able to experience that again with them. And then the other 50% is because, you know, maybe if I get to run it back, maybe we don't mess up Final Stand and maybe I'm a world's first champion. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. #5 at 52,000 Scoville, we've got Queso Sin Queso. They set out to create a hot sauce that mimics the spicy umami goodness of queso without the cheese. Okay. Question #5 from Hockey Star. What are you most looking forward to about this year's GCX? Before I answer this question, for those who don't know, GCX is a Destiny themed convention that happens in Orlando, Florida every year. Pretty much every single Destiny content creator and person that's big into the Destiny community goes. Even some Bungie employees go sometimes. And it's awesome, basically. Oh, great. That's perfect. My favorite part is just meeting everyone. I went for my very first time last year, and what I was not expecting was how many people would be there that watched my content and knew me and recognized me and came up and just said, what's up? You know, 20, 30-minute conversations with just tons of people that watch my stuff and love Destiny, and you know, we were just chit-chatting about the most random things. You know, my favorite part about GCX was just being able to connect with the individuals in my community and the individuals that watch all my content on a more personal level, and that is absolutely what I'm most looking forward to this time around as well. Number 6, we have got Bourbon Maple Reaper at 73,000 Scoville. Slow building heat from the Carolina Reaper peppers will have you salivating. I bet it will. Thanks very much. All right, this is a big piece of chicken. We're just gonna one bite this. That tastes very good. It is a very flavorful hot sauce. It's good. It tastes good. Number 6 from Kylo Clay. What exotic weapon would you make and what kind of perks would it have? Okay, this is completely off the cuff, so I'm not sure how this would work from a balance perspective. My favorite movie franchise of all time is The Lord of the Rings. What if they made like an exotic sword that acted similar to Anduril, which was forged from the shards of Narsil, which is the sword wielded by the King of Gondor. Neat little thing about the King of Gondor is that he can control the armies of the dead because he is the one who is able to set them free. What if you had like an exotic sword that acted similar to Anduril, and once you got like a certain amount of kills on it, you can summon undead soldiers that can fight alongside you for a brief period of time. From a programming perspective, zero clue how feasible that is. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying, though? I'm not liking the color. I'm not liking the color of this one. Forbidden fruit at 124,000 Scoville units. Not really any description of what it tastes like, which is always great when you're dealing with a hot sauce. All right, we got a nice little line there. Oh, it's a builder. Oh, I know a slow builder from a mile away. That's a builder. Question number 7. Which would you prefer be the case after the final shape raid is beat? A Destiny 2 Age of Triumph expansion before Destiny 3, or they add all past and future Destiny 1 and 2 content to Destiny 2, and we pick installed expansions to manage file size. If I'm ever given the choice between a brand new game and brand new content versus bringing back old content, I am always going to take the new content. Now, it's not to say that I do not absolutely adore all the old Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 content. But the thing is, I've already played it all. Furthermore, to extrapolate on my answer to the previous question a little bit more, I'm down with going with something like an Age of Triumph and then hopping into D3 as opposed to the alternative option. Because typically, in Age of Triumph style things, Bungie usually brings back old content anyway. If you look at something like Age of Triumph into D3, you kind of get the best of both worlds, right? Okay. The part that I was not looking forward to with this challenge. I've had this before. Here we have Da Bomb Evolution at 135,000 Scoville. Now, it is at this part of the video that you're going to notice that the dollops of hot sauce that we are going to do are not going to be quite as big. If you want to make fun of me in the comments, go nuts. However, I will only be accepting criticism from people who have tasted this before in their life. Oh, God. Oh, God. Question 8. Channeling my inner Sean. In a time where so many people want to become full-time streamers, what, in your opinion, are the biggest challenges and what are the best practices to becoming successful? I think content creation has a lot of challenges. I'll tell you one thing that definitely makes it tough is trying to make content while you're in the middle of all these hot sauces. If I can escape my delirium for a brief moment, I would say that personally for me, I think what makes it extremely hard in terms of time management, in terms of motivation, in terms of drive, it is all 150,000% on you. The self-motivation and the self-drive aspect of content creation is a massive challenge that I've personally experienced. And I think it's one that a lot of people might find to be a challenge being a full-time content creator as well. It's a double-edged sword. And what I mean by that is, if you find that you're someone who has a difficult time motivating themselves, full-time content creation is going to be brutal. It's entirely on you to decide how many hours you're going to stream that day, how many videos you're going to make, how hard you're going to work to make those videos quickly. Similarly, if you're someone that is a big workaholic, it can also be very difficult because you don't really know when to turn the switch off. When you work a 40-hour-a-week day job, you work for 40 hours a week and that's it. You know when you're done. And so it's really easy to get into a pitfall of working 60-hour weeks, 80-hour weeks. I don't know if this is a too much information situation, but my brain doesn't really have that filter in it right now. But my left testicle hurts a little bit.
What did he say?
Oh God, it's already time for another one. Just reminding you guys real quick, the previous one we did was 135,000 Scoville units. This one is 680,000. I present to you Mata Sanos, a secret mix of super hot peppers, lemon, and vinegar. It's always great when they keep the peppers secret, yeah? That's always a good sign. Oh God. Oh, that is a lot. That is more than I should have done. You can wipe some off? Oh, thank you guys. That's such a generous help. Nope. Oh! Come on! Question number 9. If you had creative control of the Destiny franchise, what direction would you take with D3 in terms of both story and features and mechanics? I'm not very creative from a story writing perspective, so I don't know. Something with the 9, I think would be pretty cool. I think sometimes Bungie is a little too scared to put things in the game that are really, really hard, and I think they rely a little bit too much on limited time content, or what a lot of people like to call FOMO. And I think a lot of people don't like Bungie putting hard stuff in the game because it's usually always accompanied by FOMO, which can be really frustrating as a player because then you're like, well, it's fine that this thing is hard, but I'm kind of bummed out about it being hard because I only have a limited amount of time to beat it and get the loot. So I think people would cozy up to the idea of hard content a lot more if Bungie kind of stepped away from the FOMO, invest more into the difficult content, but get rid of the FOMO, right? Let people do it for all of time. There's no way we're already on the next hot sauce, by the way. And before I do this final one, to anyone saying that I'm a baby for this or that I can't handle heat, are you doing this side by side with me? Clocking in at the top of the mountain at 2.7 million Scoville units. We have the Last Dab experience. Cheers. Question 10 from Stimpy. Very simple. What makes Destiny fun? You could probably go on and on for hours because as horrid as Lightfall was, as many hurdles this game has to come across, as many dips and dives and ducks and dodges it has, here we all are still playing it. That's indicative of how amazing it is because there are very few other games on the face of the planet that are consistently making new content, selling new expansions, and innovating for 10 years in a row. You know, obviously, I would say that one of the things that makes it very fun is how much stuff there is to do in Destiny. There is limitless content. But the crazy thing is that for all of those accolades that Destiny has going for it, that's not really the reason I've stuck with the game for as long as I have. As fun as Destiny is, that all the other games can't seem to really scratch the same itch in the same regard, is the camaraderie that the game promotes. I have been gaming for a very long time. I think what's cool about Destiny is, for whatever reason, no other game seems to promote the idea of making friends the way that Destiny does. The amount of people that I met just through raiding on LFG, playing recruitment, and ever since becoming a content creator, the amount of people that I've literally gotten to meet in real life, that's what makes Destiny the most fun. There's no other game that seems to scratch that friendship itch at the level that Destiny seems to be able to. So Mac, this camera, that camera, tell us all about what you have going on with your life. This guy watches a lot of Hot Ones. Honestly, the only thing I have to plug if anyone's made it to the end of this video, is the Discord server linked in the description down below. All of my answers that I've been given so far, all of them point to the Discord server. What makes Destiny the most fun? Camaraderie. We have an LFG channel in our Discord server. That's the best place that you can make friends that also have amazing builds and that you can rock and roll with, run raids with, run GMs with, run Onslaught with, run some Final Shape stuff with. You get a notification every time I upload a new YouTube video. You get a notification every single time that I go live on my stream. Speaking of the stream, favorite part of creating content is when y'all come and stop by and say hi and I get to say what's up in real time. Nothing beats it. It's so fun. I wake up every single day and I know that I get to talk to a whole bunch of incredible people. This sounds like a farewell video. It is a farewell video, actually. It is a farewell to my life as being a part-time content creator. Now, I'm a full-time content creator. And with that, we've officially done the Hot Ones Onslaught Challenge. Hot wings, hot questions, hotter builds. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a great day.